we are back. And we have another guest in the house.
Yes.
Special from Miami. My auntie. My auntie Bernay. Say your name, your full name, auntie.
I'm Bernay Pigis.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm here today representing my fashion company, which is CatWALK Pros. I am Vice President at CatWALK Pros. It was founded by my close friend, one of my besties in California.
Okay.
And her name is Sandra Ward. She moved to Miami. She's originally a Panamanian native.
Okay.
And she's always been a fashionista. We modeled together in our youth. And we still do a little bit together. So we wanted to keep the modeling alive. And we want people to do it properly. We've got these Instagram models, and they're just, they're just pretty people that know how to take pictures and take their clothes off and do all kinds of things. But we want them to know that this is a very viable business. It's a large segment of advertising.
Yes.
And advertising, as we all know, makes the world go round.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are teaching, like, what ages come to the agency?
Well, that's another thing. We just became an agency. We just got our agency license in May.
Very good.
Yes. So we're accepting all ages because all ages affect advertising. And I was pointing toward the television because now you see people of all colors, sizes, ages.
Right. They have plus size models.
All kinds of models. So, and there's acting models.
Okay.
So we're focusing right now on runway and print models, meaning for the photographers. So we accept. We've started, I think, right now with our runway classes that we're running every Sunday.
Okay.
10 years and up, 10-year-olds and up.
Okay, 10 years old.
Okay, so are you running any special promotions right now?
The promotion is the Sunday classes, which is they're just $100 for the 1 hour, but we usually go 2.
Okay.
So you get a lot in. Girls and guys get a lot in during those 2 hours because they get special attention. There's usually 3 of us teaching.
Okay.
And it's almost like a one-on-one because we won't accept more than 10 people in a class.
So you can give them that attention that they need, right?
Yes, yeah, the one-on-one attention, the instructions, and then we get into routines.
Routines are
what you do on a runway.
okay, like
And we
pose,
posture.
Well, we teach the posture, all the basics, and then routines are if you're on the runway with more than one person.
Right.
And it's do you guys know anything about it? Might be Ebony Fashion Fair when they used to have these the fashion extravaganzas.
I remember the
Ebony Fashion Fair magazine.
Yes, and they used to have a show, a traveling show.
okay.
And there was strictly entertainment, but the top of the line, all the designers would donate pieces to Mrs. Johnson. So she would bring to every city this fashion extravaganza, and they would do routines. So like if there's, say you ladies, you kind of coordinated here, the red and red, and we have, all the red and white scene, and it might be 3 or 4 of you on the runway at a time.
Okay.
And we would call that a routine.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fun. It makes it fun when you're walking together and turning and doing.
So turning at the same time, crossing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and that part is fun. Once they get past the posture and knowing how to walk and step and don't walk to the music. Okay.
That would
be my #1 problem.
Well, I'm always, when I do fashion shows, I feel like, go to the beat.
Maybe to the beat in some instances, but because the music might do what?
Change.
Or stop.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of
That makes sense.
So you need to continue walking
Right.
on that
Yeah.
regular beat or
Yeah, on your
the
level
walk
or
beat
wherever you've got going on in your head to keep it.
at that
It's a
tempo.
lot more technical than you would think.
It's very technical work.
Right.
And most people, once we start teaching, they're like, oh, it's so much to think about. And I don't know if your mothers have always told you this. Think about all the things she tells you to do, what you should have present before you go out the door.
What you should have present
Yeah,
before you go out
how
the
you
door.
should, your appearance before you leave the door.
That's true.
Even from a child.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain things. You did this.
Yes, you
So
did.
now we compile that and add about 21 new things.
I was gonna say, that is not it.
Yeah, about 20 more things,
Right.
to get out that door to be a model.
Yes.
Okay, for instance, let's just start from head to toe. We talk about hair.
Okay.
We talk about our skin care, our hair care, and then we come and we put a layer of what? Makeup.
Makeup.
Here we got another layer, right?
Right.
Yes.
And now we got to say, okay, we're sitting here, we're going to sit pretty. We're not going to just
Slouch.
Slug out
We're
shoulders.
going to
posture.
always be this way so that it becomes second nature.
Right.
But you never know when what?
Someone's watching or when
Right.
that opportunity is there.
I'm taking that picture.
Yes.
Yes, I heard you all talking about some of the stars and the things that are going on. And it's just awful when we see a terrible picture of a star.
It is.
Yes.
It's awful.
But you see,
disappointing, right?
those are the ones that sell though, because people
Right,
like to
because
see
it's
them
right, to see
in
them
that
out of
terrible
line.
way, that
Right.
caught off
they're
guard.
real.
Imperfection,
Yeah, they're
right.
like,
Right.
oh yeah, they're real people, but they don't like it. I mean, we always want to be poised.
Right.
Yes, we do. You're right. Because you know what Beyonce does? She has them remove all the terrible pictures of her.
Right.
Yes.
Or play Lady
Right,
B.
there are
Right.
terrible
Right,
people.
right.
right.
She'll have that shut down. You
Right.
take that off now.
Yeah.
Sasha
Beyonce,
Fierce.
Boss Lady Beyonce.
Right.
Isn't it one
Sasha
she
Fierce.
has
No,
that
Sasha
power?
Fierce is
Right.
on the stage.
She has that power.
Yes.
So that's her power, and she uses it for her own benefit.
Yes, she
Right.
does.
Yeah, she should.
We
You
can't
cannot
blame her.
find one horrible picture of her.
That is a whole
Or
fact.
Madonna or any of the other big stars. It's not gonna be there. So,
That's true.
yeah, so we
That'll
want
tell
to
you
think
their
that
status
way.
when you
We
see
have to think
right,
that way of
certain
ourselves, lady. All
You're
the
right.
time. All the
You're right.
time. We have to think of, and we have to get, relaxed and being poised.
Yeah, but posture, let me tell you something. It's very hard to work on. And so I had just a quick story. I had a little run-in with posture because my middle son actually had scoliosis.
Okay.
And he had to have surgery about 2 years ago. And I was unaware he had scoliosis because you know how you just sit like, and the kids sit at dinner table, everybody just sits like this. I'm naturally just thinking, because we all just sit like,
Right.
and we all just do this, I'm naturally thinking that, he's a teen and this is the way we sit. And it was taking him to the doctor because I take them annually and stuff. And they were saying like his posture is just real bad. He wanted to do certain tests. Then he found out that he had scoliosis. So he had to have the whole surgery and everything. But, it's hard. And so the thing is like the doctor is like, well, you have to practice your posture. Like you have to sit up. And even as the parent, I try it. But then I always end up shrugging, like as I'm sitting here with you, this is why I'm like this.
Right.
Because I'm trying to
Hold
hold
on to
my
it, right.
damn self up. So I'm using my hand and my knee to support. Because once I go like this on T, I'm going to be sitting here just like this.
And to do that and to relax is also natural. But once you get the posture, you see I'm relaxed.
Get your breath
now.
back.
And
And
but
with
you
the
see
posture.
how
Your shoulders still
right,
up,
but
that's
you
still
see
good.
I have to do this.
Well,
And because
It takes
or we have
practice.
to sit at the edge and we have to
Right.
hold ourselves up. Imagine just being able, because this is how you're really supposed to sit.
right.
We don't sit like that. So it's something that has to be taught.
My girl definitely used to tell me all the time to suck in your belly.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, right, you don't suck it in like this, right? So it's just naturally going to make
would
you.
you like me to show you the exercise?
Please do. Yes.
Stand up.
Okay.
Okay. Chin up. Shoulders back. Tummy in. And you can place your hands there. Tummy in. Buttocks under. Scoop. Just kind of under.
Just kinda,
Bend
okay.
your knees just a little bit. Slightly. Bend your knees.
10.
Bit
More?
more, yeah.
Okay.
Now come back up, drop your hands, shake it out, and smile. She got it.
As you were telling her, I was just sitting here trying to hold her. I was just sitting here like, oh, God, I want to lay down.
Well, if you can remember that, it's just, the simple part is chin up, shoulders back, tummy in, buttocks under, bend your knees slightly, come up, back up, shake it out and smile.
Right.
See?
Right.
You've
Okay.
been doing this.
Right.
Now, let's all try to just sit up correctly and tell me, does it feel strange to you? Like,
Well,
Right. It is just right.
no, Kenny is at the edge of the chair.
But like I said, this is literally my apology.
well, I think I sit correctly all the time.
Of course she would.
But now when you're relaxing, we want you to relax. You know, I'm not saying don't ever
No.
Right.
relax. We want you to relax when you're like, you're all sitting around here.
Oh,
you throw your
okay, I'm
legs
about
up
to relax.
And go ahead, you with your girlfriends, you know, you're kicking it back.
Just like this.
But this honestly hurts me after a while. But because my
Yes.
grandma I used to say ruined me. I know now better, of course.
But you see, it's the other way around. That is like right here. I'm just like, ooh.
Right.
If I have to go back to this, auntie.
Yeah, take a breath.
And my mom, because I was always this tall as a child, you can imagine I was
Oh,
this
so you
tall,
cannot sit like me. I'm little. I
Right,
can get away
that's
with it.
Right,
very
right. That's
true.
another thing.
No, in my back.
Right.
All the time. You're already tall. I can't have you slumping and looking
Right.
around like you're
It's
ashamed
even
or
more
whatever.
evident.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
That's
Get
another
to the
thing,
point, yes.
as in your posture, it is confidence. And,
Yes.
you know, working with artists and models sometimes in videos, and
It's almost like
yes,
hiding.
Yes.
to me.
there it's insecurity. And
Right.
I told a young lady, like, no, stop, hold everything, bring it
That's it.
out. You have to be proud of who you are.
If
Not
you go to our website and we talk about when it comes to training, which I'm the manager of training, the whole idea with CatWALK Pros and what we want to do with our training is build confidence. Everybody's not going to be a model. Everybody's not
You're
going to be
right.
an actor. Everybody's not going to have a television or any kind of presence. But when you leave us, you walk into the room, everybody knows you're there.
Can you give the website, since you just
Yes.
said when I talk about my website?
Yes, it's catwalkpros.com.
There you go.
Excellent.
That's it.
Remember that S, that CatWALK Pros,
yes,
meaning the professionals.
Right.
yes.
Yes.
Beautiful. I love my lessons.
No, thank you. Are there any other packages that you offer besides the one you discussed, or is it still in the making, or?
Well, it's in the making because this is our slow time of year.
Okay.
Yes. So, and we're concentrating now on building the agency and relationships with agencies, with our clients. So there are hundreds of agencies
Yes.
here in Miami and
Yes.
New York and all. So we're working on now stepping in to try to build that relationship with clients. Let them know we're here. You know, you walk into the other agencies and there might be 3 or 4 pictures on the wall of girls that look like you guys.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
And that could be
Out of 25, you know?
Right.
Yes.
right.
So we've got the exotics.
Okay.
That's who you are.
Right.
That's who you are. You're the exotics. So we're going to specialize in the exotics because that's who we are.
Yes.
We've been through this. I mean, I did this business years ago. I won't put a number on it, but it hasn't changed.
It
That same thing hasn't changed.
On
Wow.
meaning on who's accepted
Right.
And who they're pushing.
in
Right.
what they're pushing.
Who
Okay.
they're pushing to
And
their client.
they will put certain things that will deter you. Oh, you're 5'9", not
Right.
5'10". You're
And I was too
not
tall.
a 0.
Can you imagine?
Right.
Can you tell
Okay.
You could be a
imagine them
1.
telling me
They
I'm
put
Right.
a lot
too
of
tall?
Right.
Because there was another woman that was in the same time frame with me that's here from Miami, and she was fairer, And then I remember Mommy coming to do our shows. My largest clients, believe it or not, was Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and the high-end stores, because they always had shows.
Okay.
And they might have 30 girls walking the runway, and there would be two of us, women of color, and maybe a Hispanic.
Yes.
And Mommy came to one of the shows. I made sure she got to a show. And the other girl, I won't say her name, but my mom came back. She said, well, when those lights hit her, we don't know that she's a woman of color.
Okay. So she was very fair.
Yeah, she was fair. Not even that fair. Maybe, just maybe like you a little bit fairer, but fairer than I.
Yes.
Right.
When the lights hit me, I'm still brown.
Right.
But with her, you can't tell.
You couldn't.
So
So she was
and everything.
So she was
Wow.
passable.
Oh,
she
my
was
God.
Passable.
Right.
Passable.
Crazy.
Passable. So to that audience of those ladies,
Yeah, she could pass.
yes, that wasn't offending them
Yeah.
to have.
You know
It's the
what?
fact that you even have to use the word offend,
Yeah, you'd be offended because too many
right.
of them up
Yes.
there on that stage.
Right.
What's
Yes.
going on here?
Oh my
Oh,
And that's
yes.
sad that it's a serious matter that
Yeah.
we can't be a part of stuff, but we got to start our own on that higher level.
Exactly here. But now I go to Europe. I went to Europe. I worked Europe. That was not a problem. It was not a problem.
Okay, they
Europe
accept our color.
was open, and I'm talking about the 80s, and it was acceptable.
Is it still
And
like
that's
that
when
today?
no, it's still open. No, they still have all kinds of women on the
Okay.
runways, but they were beginning to open up because at the same time, the designers were being accepted.
Okay.
The black designers were becoming a
thing,
trend.
trend. Yeah, they were there, and they would say, I want my girls.
Right. That's right.
Right.
So they
Right.
could call the shots.
Right.
Yes.
And they could say who they wanted in their show.
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you, designers.
so
Thank
it
you.
it makes sense.
Yes.
If there's no colored designers, then it's just like
It's
they
the
can't
preference
call the
at the
shots
point,
as who they want
Right.
to walk in their show.
And
Right.
like now, you see them more Asian designers.
Yeah.
And Asian girls are walking the wrong way.
Yes.
And guys too. And the diversity is coming. It just takes forever.
Change usually does, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
In every aspect of business, it just takes so long.
Right.
And the fashion and beauty industry is no different.
Right.
Think about it. For years, we had to have our own magazines.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, if you're
That's
a cover
true.
girl, you want to cover your own magazine. Well, Beverly Johnson was the first one to grace the cover of Glamour.
Okay. Okay.
She was the first cover girl for Glamour. That was a big deal. I
Right.
remember that. I was a teenager. I was like, she and I are about in the same age group. So
Okay.
it was like, whoa.
Right.
This
to
is
see you.
To see yourself on a cover of a
Right.
Such a
of
pronoun.
fashion
Right.
magazine. So, and that.
Which one of our black celebrity singers, Rihanna or one of them, was the first black girl on Vogue or something
I think
recently?
it was Rihanna.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just had Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
She recently was one of the first black women, I think.
Oh, did she get on the sports magazine?
Yeah.
Maxim
magazine.
Yes.
Oh.
Megan
Sports
Thee Stallion.
magazine.
Is she a cover?
She's on the
She's
cover.
on the cover, yes.
And
Okay.
they also gave her an editorial, and I actually saw some of the pictures because what she did is she has a line now with Fashion Nova, I guess. So
Yeah.
some of those
Okay,
swimsuits
but I
she
do
wore for
believe
that
Beverly,
editorial.
not Beverly, who was it might have been Beverly Johnson might have done the cover of,
Sports?
no, it was Tyra.
Oh, right.
Banks.
Yes.
Tyra
Yes.
Banks.
She did. Yes.
No, but Megan Thee Stallion is the first rapper.
The
Right.
And
She's
first
the first rapper.
exotic.
Yes.
Or what you just said.
You can tell.
We call them
There's no
BBWs.
distinguish. Okay.
Yeah, because
What-
the stallion, she has
Right.
a
She's a
thick
big
body.
woman.
Right.
She's
She's
not
got that model
big.
type.
Yeah, she's
Right.
a thick,
Curvy. There you go.
curvy,
Curvilicious.
thick girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
So
Tyra
she's a
was.
full figure.
Yes.
Yes, you know,
Right.
Tyra was a model.
Yeah,
Right.
Tyra
Yes.
was a model.
Right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
stallion gives those curves.
Right.
Yes. And
Yes,
it's wonderful because women are beautiful no matter
And
what
that's
our
our
shape,
culture.
sizes, or colors.
Right.
That's
Right.
our culture, our generation, and
But that's great to know that she's on the country.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yes.
for a rapper too.
Right.
And I've read that she's a very accomplished musician.
Yes.
A little raunchy.
She is.
A little raunchy for you,
I
Hunty.
call it.
That's to
Well,
say,
I call
but I
it.
mean, she's
I mean, her lyrics,
It's
she's
just a little
studied
raunchy.
musician.
Right.
Yeah, she's very raunchy, but I call it movie making. You know, because when you talk to her, and like when she got her award, she was very balanced. She was very like, thank you, and
Yeah, she
Right.
is because she's
tried.
educated. Like she's in
Yes.
college right
She's
now.
But it's
upright.
like
She
making
graduated
movies.
this
No,
year.
but the reason why I say raunchy is the lyrics. It's a lot. It's sexually
It sells.
explicit.
Yes,
It's a
it's
little
explicit.
raunchy. So it's not something that you would like children or. No disrespect, women of a certain age would like to listen to her talk
Right.
about busting it open. No.
Right.
It's entertainment as
Right.
long as you know.
And
And
I'm
this
a
is the
lyric
sad
person,
part.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah,
Hunty,
no.
Auntie understand because
No,
she
I
says she's a lyric person.
Right.
So
Like,
she
listen to
understands.
lyrics. So.
Yes, right.
But I'm like, I know. It's like
Right,
not
right.
a little out of hand.
It's not a hand, but it's like movie making. It's like movie
That-
making and entertainment. But we have to be in connection with our young daughters, to teach them correctly. And, you know, Jolena, she's 9. She really doesn't listen to that stuff
Good.
yet. You know, she gets into the little fun TikTok stuff, and I dance with her. But she's not into like Megan Thee Stallion and listening to the words and all of that. However, like the other day I came to the house, we had a painter in the house, and she was sitting in the kitchen. So immediately I come in, I see her sitting a certain way, and the painter is not towards her, he's the other way messing with the equipment, and I was just like,
Right.
come here. So, do you know how you're sitting? Do you understand the way you're sitting? There's a man, and I'm like, okay, maybe, I never really talked to her about what you do and don't do in front of a man, because we're with dad all the time, and she's all huggable and lovable. Oh my God, again, having a daughter, and she's just too, like, oh, she scares me because she's so like, hi, and I'd be like, oh my
She's
God.
a
But my mind is a grown-up mind.
Right.
Like, oh, I have to protect her because she's very, like, loving and nice.
Affectionate.
But I had to tell her that you have to sit a certain way. She's like, I have on shorts, but I'm like, no, you can't sit because her stuff is all out. And I'm like, no, you can't sit. You still have to sit. Okay, when you're around company and certain men that's not daddy, you have to sit properly.
Right.
Okay, if you didn't know, mommy didn't tell you now.
My bad.
Sit
I'm
properly.
lacking.
Shorty so bad that she know that. Baby so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Damn, shorty looking like a whole snack. Shorty so bad that she know that. Baby so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Damn, shorty looking like a whole snack. She throw the shit on her, say you did that. Then I put it right where her ribs at. That pussy fresher than a Tic Tac. Won't you break me off a piece of that Kit Kat? Getting ready for all the shit I did already. She getting ready, bad chick named Little Debbie. She so breaking and she swaggy too. You can find her shopping on 5th Avenue. To get clothes, pick a count the 6 O's, her wrist clothes. She be getting them Swiss rolls. I had to get her in the picture, cause she thicker than a Snicker. Chocolate, caramels, and nice mix. I like this, getting 2 for 1 just like Twix. I'm always with the cash flow ass. Shorty so bad, she be looking like a whole snack. Shorty so bad that she know that. Baby so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Damn, shorty looking like a whole snack. Shorty so bad that she know that. Baby so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Damn, shorty looking like a whole snack. Feeling like met the menu, all I need to get by. So you should just give me another piece of the pie. Mommy hot, and the body hot. Love the way she let me like a lollipop. Like Michael Jackson, I'm a thriller too. Love my butter pecan Ricans and vanilla too. Been wanting to hit since the first day. Cause you got cake like every day, your birthday. She know where I'm coming from. that's why I'm the only one getting honey buns. Something like Gushers, how it's sweet and gushy. Like Lucius, you know I'm after that cookie. Now she being mad possessive, like it's my scheme. Where y'all eat it up like some ice cream. I'm always with that dough ass. Shorty so bad, she be looking like a whole stack. Shorty so bad, and she know that. Then it's so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Then shorty looking like a whole stack. Shorty so bad, and she know that. Then it's so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Then shorty looking like a whole stack. Shorty so bad, and she know that. Then it's so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Then shorty looking like a whole stack. Shorty so bad, and she know that. Then it's so good, I'm about to go back. Ass so fat, let me hold that. Then shorty looking like a whole stack.